right, real people, real life situations. We up in here, man. How y'all doing today, man? Shouts out to you checking in around the world. Good day to you, Star. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm all right. Brown was good.
No, you did not sing it. I'm great.
To the beat. To the beat. Let's go.
Oh, man. All right. We're going to dive into today's letter. You can always send your letter in, and we'll get to yours. Before we do that, just be careful, guys, when you go to Dubai. We were talking earlier today about the girl, the woman. I guess she's a popular influencer on social media from Houston, Texas. Got into it with a guy in Dubai about something went down at the rental car place. And so in Dubai, women can't get loud. They arrested her, and she could do jail time for screaming.
Yeah, you better learn the country that you're going into. You think, see, we get away with a whole bunch of stuff over here in America, but you can't be clapping people out and talking about them and getting all loud other places.
Yeah. It had me looking up where that. I said, well, let me see some of the laws there. Yeah. And public affection is against the law.
Sure is.
You can't be out there kissing and hugging and touching. You're going to go to jail.
There's probably levels to it. I'm sure you can give but you just can't probably be like tongue kissing. Maybe can you at least give a hug?
Does anybody do that?
Does anybody
kiss on a cheek? Does anybody do that anymore? Like back in the 90s and 80s, you would see that a lot. You would see people walking down the street with a guy and a girl. I saw it yesterday for the first time. They were just holding hands, but people remember they used to walk with the arm around the waist of the woman.
Yeah, a little PDA.
Yeah, or they put their hands down in her pocket.
Yes.
Her back pocket of her pants.
You need all that.
You can't do that in Dubai.
I ain't going to Dubai.
You can't do that.
I'm going to stay here because I like to do those things.
Hello.
So that's why they was tripping on Beyonce, that concert. And didn't know. And listen, you can say what you want to. Beyonce still performed over there. And I get it now. Why some people was trying to say, why are you performing over there? Because their laws.
Because they sure didn't police her and her little outfits.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I think that we in America think that everything is supposed to bend to our customs.
There you go.
Other people had other customs, other things going on before we decided to visit.
If you have a baby, if you get pregnant, you're not married, you have to marry. You have to get married. If not, you're going to be kicked off your health insurance.
Oh, so it ain't no whoops babies over there.
I know that's right. Maybe you think before you smash.
But then can you have condoms if you can't do like casual sex? You can't have sex until you're married? I don't know.
Well, you can have sex. You just can't get pregnant, I believe.
Because I wonder, do they allow you to have birth control?
That would be surprising if they allow women to have control over their bodies.
And kids surprising. Can't, 17 and 16 like we do here, not over there.
What do you mean?
You can't do that.
What you can't do?
You can't 17, 16 or 16, 17. You got to be 18 to be able to have relations.
Oh. That makes sense too.
Yeah.
They need to put. I'm not mad at some of these stipulations.
Keep that little hot
because
pocket.
It makes you. If you know there's a consequence, then you may not do things as much. They say that's one of the best places to live. Why? Because they say there's no crime. Everybody's living good. People making money. Rules sometimes aren't a bad thing.
Or you disappear and die. No.
Or you just move somewhere else if you can't handle it.
Girl.
We're talking about till you're 18. You having sex before 18, you probably don't know you shouldn't have been doing it no way, to be honest, anyway.
A lot of people wish they can take back that 18. A
lot of people wish they could have took back that sex before 18. Because you be thinking you in love and it don't be that.
Listen, we had other punishment for that early sex, but it wasn't going to jail.
You might not have had that punishment had you kept them bags, closing them things in the pants.
And kept on that hot garment.
I'm straight.
Let's dive into today's letter.
All right. Dear Sam, I'm a 25-year-old virgin, and I'm engaged to a 36-year-old man.
Okay.
We've been dating for a year and a half before we decided to get engaged and soon to be married. Everything I thought was going well except for sex because he had it before. It was at times a little challenging for him, but we did other things to satisfy him, or so I thought. A woman contacted me saying she was in a relationship with him for about 6 months and that she is pregnant. I confronted him about it. He didn't deny sleeping with her a few times because he said he was really struggling not having sex with me. He said when I guess he stopped sleeping with her. She got mad, and that's why she contacted me, and that she really isn't pregnant, but she feels he should be in a relationship with her, although she knew where he stood with me. I'm conflicted now because I thought that him abstaining was the true test of our relationship, but he feels that because he had sex, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. He doesn't consider what he did cheating, but he loves me and wants to marry me. Would I be making a mistake to marry him? Can this be fixed?
What is the part about the toothpaste?
Okay.
What does that mean?
So basically, he's saying, listen, I'm not a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
I've already had sex before, so I want sex still. So
so he was holding out, and it was tough for him. It was hard for him. I didn't mean to say that, but
So
it
he
was
found
rough
some-
for him and challenging for him. And so then he slipped up, is what he's saying. And he don't want to be with her. It was just to get one off.
Right. Yeah.
And he really wants to be with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so they want to move along with the marriage, so then they can
Have sex.
have sex.
Yes.
Sex is not always what you think it is. So then what he's going to do when he gets bored,
Yeah.
when you have those slumps.
Okay. So he was good. He knew she was a virgin and knew she wanted to wait till marriage.
Yeah.
Correct.
This was not a secret.
No.
Correct.
But his patience wore a little thin.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't put that toothpaste back in the
He
tube.
couldn't put it out because he was like,
Okay, so what I'm saying, why didn't you propose sooner then? I know people who are in these situations, and if that's what you love that person,
please,
and this is what you want to do, you get married. You just go get married.
Well, it's been a year and a half.
Yeah, like that's on him. If he couldn't wait and he wasn't ready to get married to her, and these are her stipulations,
Probably had a headache.
period, it's over.
Probably had a real bad headache.
Sir, you get married to that woman if that's what she required.
So was it cheating? Like if
because they was together. Just because you're not having sex doesn't mean that.
Of course, that was cheating.
they were together.
And
well, he's like, you should have known that I would have wanted some.
he is dead wrong for that.
Yeah.
He is dead wrong. If
because
you
he
signed up
knew
for that relationship,
what she was standing on, he shouldn't have said.
He should have said, "Oh no, I can't do this, my girl.
Yeah.
I can't wait."
The
You
question,
can't wait
the
for him
question
to
is
love
up to her. Now, what's her question? It's all up to her.
Well, he said that he loves her and he still wants to marry her. So she wants to know, would she be making a mistake to marry him, and can it be fixed?
Well, if you forgive him, and if you're not sitting over here having these thoughts about him when you standing up there getting married, about him hitting old girl.
Like the best.
And
Like
then how
you-
long y'all gonna wait to get married?
Yeah.
He keeps talking, "I want to marry you." How long you gonna wait? Because can you hold it up till the wedding date, sir?
Well, she need to hurry it up before she has a
So
stepchild.
who was it that didn't want to get married yet?
They
He just
both.
never-
I
he
mean, they
just
were
didn't
just
ask her.
progressing.
They
in the
progressing on.
relationship.
Okay.
But, with that progression he was keeping girlfriend on the side as a virgin and then going out and tipping and doing his
Yeah,
little dirt
because
with
now
the
you
other
being a
girl.
virgin, he still wanted. That's so. As one as you and you a virgin, so he, yeah, he's been waiting on her to get it. Now, yeah.
That takes two very spiritually
Yeah.
strong people to do that. And if you're
Yeah.
the only spiritually fit person in that relationship, it will not work. If he is on the same level as you spiritually and is in the mind of, I want to not have sex until marriage, it will work. If he is not on that same wavelength, sis, you can call it, take it as a L.
How many of y'all are waiting? How many of y'all are waiting right now in relationships like this? Anybody? Anybody? All virgins, check in.
But people start off on different pages sometimes, and he just needed that marriage thing so he can have relations with his wife, and he'll
No, that's
be
what
good.
she needs.
Yeah.
That's what she needs. But it's, you have to find somebody on the same wavelength as you. I know I know a few people who have been able to do that, but they were both in the same mindset. Like I said, mentally and spiritually for that, because it can be hard for that journey
Very,
together.
very,
But that's a
especially
journey
all
they
that
have
time.
to take together because it's not a one-sided thing.
Let's jump to these comments here.
All right. Now, Duran said, doesn't sound like he ever agreed to abstain from sex just because you had. At some point, you have to be serious with yourself. Very few men will ever choose to not have sex, especially if he has anything going for himself. But in the grand scheme of this is minor. If the woman is indeed not pregnant, the older you get, it will not get any better. He didn't pressure you or try to guilt you into sex because he cares about you and respects your choices. If he has made it this far, you should be grateful and stop trying to find perfection in this man.
Now, let me say this. If you can handle this other woman who is saying that she's pregnant, how long she's going to keep her game up? Because some women would keep that crazy game up for a long time.
That's the problem.
I'm telling you, they'll play the pregnant role for a long time.
See, that's the thing with cheating is you bring all this crazy into your relationship.
Yeah.
Now, that's the part that, if the girl just went away and, maybe a relationship could get over it. But this girl coming over.
Talking about, I got a baby.
Confronting.
Now, can you handle that part? Now,
lying.
he says she's lying. And even if she is lying, can you handle her crazy time that she's going to be giving you? It's a question you need to ask yourself.
The dude got a baby on the way.
You think so?
You really think he does?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is this what she's worried that he has a baby on the way?
Well, no,
that's what the girl told her.
That's what the girl told her, but she's believing her man that he doesn't, and the old girl is just running the script.
There is no question in that. There's a test. And that's what those things. Mari just dropped one. Y'all just grab
the results are in is the name of that.
Mari just dropped it. You don't have to question those type of things. There are ways to get your answer quickly. I don't be caring what people say. I want to see results.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
So you're saying wait until the results come in?
Yeah, and can't you get results prior? You can get like
Well,
Christian Rock.
You can go
was able to find. You can find out who the baby daddy is prior to
But that's if you go to the doctor
baby.
though. That's you got to go to the doctor for that, right?
Do what you got to do. So there's no question.
But the crazy girl would have to agree to getting that amniotic fluid tested.
And she's going to want to.
So this is assuming she's crazy. This is assuming that she doesn't want to know.
She is crazy because she reached out to the other woman.
That she knew he was with another woman.
And she knew that he was with another woman.
Does that make her crazy, or did that just make her pregnant, hormonal, and hurt?
No, both. She's crazy.
Because maybe she has somebody lying in her ear as well.
But see,
that other voice.
Yeah, whatever.
That man. Come on now. Maybe somebody's telling her that he's leaving her, and then she said, "Look, I don't want to keep this a secret from your girl." Women will do that, and that doesn't mean they're crazy. They're just being
No, that is. You crazy.
That's that woman to woman.
You know you are. You know he had a woman. You know that the woman, he probably said too much about the whole she's a virgin thing. I ain't doing that. And you was like, I'll be right in there, just like Drew Sador did on the game. I was watching the game last night.
I think it goes both ways. You got some women who get lied to and they tired of keeping it a secret for the man because he ain't doing right by her anyway.
It's up to you, Ma. Leave y'all comments and help her out. Real people, real life situations, y'all. Reality Hour.
That's not nice.
$71 million and she didn't even get bit one time. Y'all need to leave Chris Brown alone.
They always coming after that, man.
He's an easy target, I think.
Stop letting all them people in your house, man.